Okay, here we are on the newly created WordPress site. We're going to log in and go through the settings that need to be set up in our new install right out of the box. This is pretty much always the first thing you want to do when you install a new WordPress site or a new WordPress installation. Now you see there, it's just giving you some information about some updates. And when you see this yellow bar at the top that tells you about updates, you need to always make sure you update both your WordPress installation, keep it up to date because they update it with security features and things that you want to make sure you keep that up to date. So you just click on the automatic update and it'll go through, tells you that you're running the newest version. You see you still have another update there in your update tabs. It's a plugin. So just like with anything else, you want to make sure you keep your plugins up to date. Okay, we're in the general settings now, and depending on how you installed your WordPress, most of this stuff's going to already be filled in. The site title, the tagline, the URL, the site URL. You'll just need to change a couple of things here to match your time zone, and you just set your offset there from the universal time code. And if you want to change your date format, of course, Sunday's the first day of the week. I don't know why it always has Monday, but I always change it to Sunday. We all know Sunday's the first day of the week. So you see it updates your local time there so that your post will have your local time on it, not the universal time code time. Your date set up. Then we want to go to the writing settings. There's not really a whole lot that you're going to want to change here. I always uncheck that convert emoticons because I don't like it when I put in things and it changes it to a smiley face. So I always unselect that. If you had a default category that you wanted to set, you'd set it right here. Default post format, you just want to leave that as standard. I don't know why you would want to change it to these other formats unless you had a specific kind of site you were doing that needed that kind of format. The press this setting is for different ways to post to your site. And there's some email settings there if you want to set that up for email settings. On the reading settings, again, a lot of times the theme that you use is going to cover most of this. I always change this to summary for the feed because I don't like to look at feeds that have the whole post there. I like to see little snippets and then, from the snippet, see if I want to read the rest of the post. Okay, we're going to go to the discussion settings. This is going to control how your comments are handled on your site. If you want to be notified when other sites link to your site, then that setting is in here. And these settings can be set individually for specific posts. The comment settings are pretty much, the default setup is pretty much okay. I always like to change a couple of things here. User has to give me an email address, or the person leaving a comment has to give me an email address. And of course, if you wanted them to have to be registered users to be able to comment, then you would select that. Unless you're looking to do something specific with your comment settings. So you see those email settings there. It'll email the admin email address that's set in your installation, or either on your general settings tab. If you change that, you can change that on your general settings tab. So you got those two selections there to email you whenever anyone posts a comment, and to email when a comment is held for moderation. I always select this. Administrator must always approve the comment. I don't want people being able to make comments on my website and them get posted to the website for the general public to read without me having moderated that. That'll save you some headaches from getting junk posted to your website. And there's some blacklist settings there for language and for IP addresses that you can set. And then there's these avatar settings. I always set that to G-rated because I don't want any R-rated or even X-rated avatars showing up on my website. So I always change that. And if you didn't want to use avatars, you could just turn them off. All right, we're going to go to the media settings. The media settings control how your pictures and media files will be handled when you upload them to your site. The defaults are, I just always leave that with the default settings. This is the privacy settings. If you want your website to be indexed by the search engines, of course you would want to leave that to the default. Allow search engines to index the site. For some reason, if you wanted to keep it private, then you'd just turn that off. The permalinks settings is important because you see there the default setting is a numerical code. Whenever you set a page or a post, WordPress assigns that a number. Well, search engines don't know what that number means. So the default is not very SEO friendly. SEO means search engine optimization. Well, you want to do your titles and links and URLs to be search engine friendly. So I change it to this last setting, the post name. So instead of having a number there, it's going to have the name of the post. So when somebody searches for something that matches the name of that post, it's a lot more likely they'll get it in their search engine. So you want to change that to, I put it to post name, and that's your settings.